Chiefs Kingdom, we have a very, very special guest on the show today, Nazeeh Johnson's mom, Kisha Brown. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Glad to get you on the show. So, the first question, can you share any memorable stories or experiences from Nazeeh's time playing football, whether it's from his high school, college, or with the Chiefs so far?
Yes. Let me see. There was a couple of times in high school where he played both sides of the ball, both offense and defense, and he ran, was it for 80 something yards, I think, both ways. Um, Even as a little kid, he was able to recognize how the offense worked when he was on defense. And he ended up jumping over the center and sacking the quarterback.
Ooh.
And then he got a pick six with the club at Marshall. And then he also got an interception. I think it was against Midland, Tennessee, and he caught that interception against somebody. So that was real good too.
Yeah, we need a lot more interceptions this year. Hopefully, Nazeeh can help us pick off some big teams like the Bills and Bengals, Ravens. We need it.
Yes,
Three-peat.
yes.
What do you think the chances are for a potential three-peat here?
Listen, why not? We've already done it twice. Why not go for one more? Who says we can? I mean, one game at a time. That's all I can say. One game at a time. Our division is tough, so as long as we do what we have to do beforehand and then end the season, we're good. But I don't see it being an issue. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, after my conversation with Nazeeh, he said you got to take it game by game, day by day, and just my message to the Chiefs is simply be you. That's what they have been doing for the past 5 years, and they've won 3 Super Bowls in the past 5 years, and it's about to be four.
Yes, that's what I'm wishing for.
What advice would you give to other parents whose children aspire to play in the NFL or pursue any professional sports career?
The biggest thing is support them. If that's what they choose to do, no matter whether it's sports, no matter whether it's schooling, no matter what it is, support them. Because a lot of times people don't have the backing or the support. Your support system makes a difference on whether you're able to succeed or not.
Yeah, that's I mean there's really one answer to that. You got to support them, and as long as you believe you can achieve. I've
Exactly,
heard that
exactly.
a few months ago, and I keep following. I got it written on my wall. I look at it every morning when I wake up. You haven't failed unless you quit, and that's period.
And like I always tell people, it's always easier to
So
quit than to keep fighting. You know what I mean?
right. What are you most proud of when it comes to Nazeeh's football career, and what do you hope his legacy will be both on and off the field?
He wants to make sure he makes a name for himself. That's the biggest thing. And you said, what am I proud of?
What do you hope his legacy will be on and off the field?
On and off the field. He's a very humble person. So the biggest thing is just to see how much he gives back and how much of a kind person he is. He's a he's a regular person. You wouldn't even know that he even played football if it wasn't for the NFL. Like that's how quiet and laid back, and he's a
Mhm.
people person too. You know what I mean? So when you have somebody that's in the limelight, you want him to be able to be remembered as doing good things in life, which he started his foundation. So that's one of the good things he wants to leave in his legacy is giving back to his community.
Yeah. So let's see. What was your reaction when Nazeeh Johnson got picked by the Chiefs a couple years ago?
I was amazing. I actually cried a little bit. I was so happy because it was for me. We were like 200 and something, and I wasn't nervous, but I was getting a little antsy, wasn't really sure. And then once I heard his name called, and he sent his brother down to tell me to take a look at the TV, and I heard his name and I seen his picture, I just started screaming. It was the best feeling ever because I saw all the hard work that he's ever dreamed of, worked towards. It was finally he did it. At that point, he did it.
Yeah, and there's no better team he could have went to other than the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. There's no better
Exactly.
place to be.
Exactly.
So we know players like Nazeeh Johnson, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey. We know players like them have game day meals or snacks. What is your go-to game deal meal or snack?
Mine, nachos and jalapenos.
Yeah,
That is my
nachos are
game.
good.
That is yes, that is my game to snack. Cause I don't my problem is I don't eat during the games because I'm really watching. Like I'm really into the games when I'm watching football. Always. I don't
Yeah,
really have time to eat because I'm yelling, screaming, jumping. I'm that
yeah,
mom.
same with me. I always tell everybody my house is as loud as Arrowhead Stadium on game day.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
What do you think sets Nazeeh apart from other NFL players?
Um, let me see. He can play nickel, corner, or safety. So he knows three different positions. That's what I would say.
And that's really good because you know how Brian Cook got injured last year against the Packers. So the matter of fact is players get injured. So
Right.
to have players defensively that can step up in multiple different places, that's great. Nazeeh's a great special team player. He's going to be a great corner. It was pretty unfortunate that he tore his ACL in training camp last year. But how excited are you and Nazeeh to be back on the football field after the injury?
I don't know if you see some of my posts on Twitter, but like I always tell people, a lot of my posts are the ride is being reactivated or the ride is reactivated. When I tell you he is hungry, because I know my son, he's hungry, he's ready, he's just focused. Like I said, everything for him is day by day. So he's getting ready. Hopefully he'll be ready by OTAs. If not, he'll be ready definitely by training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just ready to go. He's just ready to get on the field. He misses it. And I'm so glad he's going to be back. It's going to be a great year. It's his year. It's 2024. It's his time.
Tell him I said he got to pick off Joe Burrow. Tell him I said pick off Joe Burrow for me, please, please,
No
please, please.
problem. No problem.
Were you nervous during the Super Bowl against the Eagles?
I was. I'm not gonna lie, because they came to play. They scared me for a little bit at first, but then I sat back and thought about it, and then I was like, wait a second, I forgot what team we are. I'm not too much concerned. And then when I started seeing how we changed up and fixed some things, I wasn't worried after that point. I knew
Yeah,
we
the
had it in the
Chiefs.
bag.
The Chiefs ain't no team that usually likes to get the lead first. They like to get down by 10, 20 points,
Come
scare
back.
us, make us bite our nails, and then come back with 4 minutes left in the game or 13 seconds left in the game. And they end up usually winning it most of the time.
Correct. Very true.
So this question was actually asked by somebody. What is a funny memory you have from Nazeeh's childhood?
Nazeeh used to wear these Coke bottle glasses. They're probably about as thick. It was called what? No, they were called Rec Specs. They're probably about as thick as the bottom of a soda can.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he had to wear those for a little bit. Then he had to wear the little goggles because he couldn't do the contacts things for a while. So that was a funny moment.
So we're in the worst time of football season, right? We're in the off season. So what are you guys doing to keep yourself entertained during this pretty boring time? I mean, the draft's over, free agency's over. We really just kind of got to wait right now.
Well, see, we're an athletic family, so when he's not playing and my other son's not playing, because I have a son that plays semi-pro basketball. I'm playing basketball myself. I play in a women's league, so I do that, and I'm a nurse by profession, so I keep myself busy. And now we have the foundation running, so now we're going to be doing. So now I'm going to be doing that as well. So I believe me when I tell you, I stay busy.
Yeah, I saw something about, was it Nazeeh Johnson's having a football camp? Is that?
Yes, we're having our first annual football camp for his foundation, 13's Promise. We sold out in less than 24 hours.
Even though it's sold out, tell the people kind of what the scenery is going to be there. What are these kids going to be learning?
Sure. We're going to have different stations. It's going to be set up with two different coaches. from offense to defense. They're going to be running different stations. Like I said, it's from 9 to 1. We're handing out bags. We're giving out lunch. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be really family oriented. People can still come and watch, even though if they weren't able to make, registration, still come and watch and have a good time with us.
Yeah, that's sweet. I went to a Ohio State camp last year. I met a few different players that got drafted in the NFL this year. Tommy Eichenberg went to the Raiders, which is disgusting. And then Steel Chambers went to the Lions, which is fine. So I met some guys that are in the NFL, got their autograph, got a picture, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
And if I lived in Kansas City, I would have loved to go into Nazeeh's camp for sure.
Actually, it's actually in Virginia. It's actually in his hometown. We're having it at Hanley High School in Winchester, Virginia, which is he went to Millbrook High School, so he's having it in his home area, his first one anyway. And
where is Marshall exactly located at?
It's in Huntington, West Virginia.
Oh, okay. I was always wondering. They're a team I usually watch every season. They got guys that come out of there to the NFL. Rasheen Ali, which is actually a guy I was hoping the Chiefs would draft, and then the Chiefs just signed Ethan Driscoll, I think, an offensive tackle from Marshall. So Marshall's putting out some guys, that's for sure.
They did. I want to say it was either 2 or 3 that got drafted this year from Marshall, and then several of them signed on as free agents. And a few of them played with Nazeeh, like Rashid Ali. He played with Nazeeh. A couple of other ones also, like several. I want to say a lot of ones out of this last class out of Marshall played with Nazeeh before he was drafted.
So what were you guys doing during Super Bowl 58 against the San Francisco 49ers?
Actually, I had a community Super Bowl party in Winchester. So I had everybody came in, and we just had a good time, watched it all together, just hung out with the community and had a really good time and screamed and laughed and had a really nice time because we won, of course. So I had to showboat a little bit. So it was fun.
And then last, what is your favorite dessert and then Nazeeh Johnson's favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is ice cream. His, I would say candy. He loves candy.
I think he said gummies. Did he say gummies? I think he said gummies when I talked
Yes,
to him.
Gummies is one of his favorite. Anything chewy. He likes chewy candy. It's the weirdest thing. But I'm a Fireball, hard candy, like Fireball, Jawbreakers, Jolly Ranchers, but they have to be cinnamon.
So you like do you like the cinnamon twists from Taco Bell then?
Yeah. I'm not. That's the funny thing. I'm not really into sweets, but yeah, I do. They're good with ice cream though. Some ice cream and make sure they're warm. That's perfect.
Well, I want to thank you for hopping on the show. You're busy. You're a nurse. Thank you for being a nurse, and glad to get you on the show. Thanks for making time.
Of course, Bryce. Thank you for having me, and keep doing what you do. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm 1 year into doing this. We're at almost 10,000 subscribers. It's upwards from here.
Cool. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you again.